I think my first to-go tip to anyone, and even myself at times, is to just exactly know your body
Right.
and know what suits you, right? And we are so like we're quite self-aware. Like we always know it. We might kind of see someone and feel like getting carried forward and be like, oh, let me just try that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, at the back of your head, you'll get that little thing that, listen,
Right.
it might not work, right? So we should hear
Be yourself.
we should hear that. Yeah, I think it's important. That is the first thing, because we all,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
after like crossing, even once like probably anytime above 18 years, you can experiment before that. And not saying that you can't experiment now.
Today, I'm delighted to introduce to you a very special guest. It almost seems that everything she puts her hands into turns into gold. She went from being a successful corporate lawyer to becoming a fashion designer, launching her own brand, launching her own skincare line. She's also a motivational speaker and she's also an image consultant. She's successful at so many things. Yes, we are talking about Ambika Lal, who launched Ambika Lal Designs. Let's welcome her to the podcast and let's get to know more about her journey. Welcome, Ambika, to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Hi, AJ. I'm doing well. How about you?
All is well. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today. It's just amazing. It's just, you have such an inspiring story. Like I shared with you, we have been doing a little bit of research on you. You have achieved so much in your life. I mean, I know based on our discussion, I learned that you were a successful corporate markets lawyer. You went from that to following fashion designing. And it's not just that you went on to do something different. You actually went on to make it a huge success. I mean, that's just a big deal, right? And motivational speaking. So how does it feel, to achieve all of this at such a young age?
It feels great. I mean, I won't lie, but there's so much more to achieve. And I don't think I've sat down even for once and thought like, okay, have the achievements been like kind of fulfilled? Have my dreams come alive? I'm still working every single day, because it's like when you see people like you and like so many other people who inspire people all the time, I just want to keep going. And I guess that's what's keeping me motivated. And so yeah, that's exactly how it's going as of now.
Yeah, you know what? It does take a lot of work, but it's like, that's kind of drives the energy, right? It's just like, either you want it or you don't, right? If you want it, you got to put in the work. And when it comes to you, I know you have achieved a lot of success. And, when you went into fashion designing, you achieved a lot of awards in that. And, we looked at your designs online. Everything looks like so amazing. We looked at your website. We looked at the stuff the design that you have made. It's just different, and it shows who you are. It's just very nice.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that. It is very me. I think anything that I do is very it's an integral part of who I am. So it's kind of coming across to people through that, like through my creativity, or while I'm maybe speaking to people, doing motivational speaking, whatever it is. It's like a part of me is just, kind of coming across to people in as natural way as it is possible.
That's cool. That's very inspiring, and it shows in your work as well. So what my wife did is, so she did a little bit of a compilation so that we can share it with the viewers as well. Some of your work.
Right.
By the way, I named this conversation "Being Fearless" in conversation with Ambika Lal, and the being fearless
Wow.
is really, what you have achieved, taking risks. We're going to talk a little bit more about your transition from being a lawyer to going from that, being successful at what you were, and then taking a leap of faith into going into fashion designing. That takes overcoming fear. I'm sure, you went through your challenges as well to establish yourself. So what my wife did is she did a little compilation of some of the work, some of your designs. So we just want to share that with you and also the viewers as well.
Sure.
But it's a little,
Thank you.
1.5 minute clip, and I enjoy
All right.
it. I think a lot of people will too.
Thank you. Yes, please. Wow. Wow.
It's so inspiring. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
It's nice. Very nice.
Wow.
It is
Thank you
very
so
nice.
much. I mean, I don't think I've seen all of this together
No, we
for a
are
long
proud to
time.
share this, and and for the viewers as
Thank
well,
you.
it just it's very nice. So when
Thank
it comes
you.
to this is a very creative type of work. How do you get your inspiration?
Okay, so AJ, I'll be very honest. So I think there was so much of creativity which was still lying under, like deep inside, because this is something which is very new, right, for me that I've been doing. So I think I've been very observant and I've always had these ideas. It's just that it's time for me now to play along with it. So it's not been very difficult, to be honest, as of now, to get inspiration, because I wanted to get something new to the market. That was something which I was looking to change in India. And because at times, so I've been a shopaholic as far as I can remember. And there would be certain outfits that, you would see and you'd be like, wow, but like, why don't we get it here? Why don't we like dress up like this? And there would be these questions a lot of times that I would just ask myself. And I guess when I got the opportunity to kind of showcase my creativity, it's all for you guys to see. And inspiration somehow for me, it's been all around, everywhere. You pick up from things, you see things. And I mean, I've been like a fashion bub since a long time. A very, very always admired people who were fashionable, always kind of picked one or small things from every individual. So I guess it's an amalgamation of all of that.
That's very nice. So, did you always wanted to? I mean, growing up, did you always have this idea that you want to get into fashion designing? I know you started off as a lawyer. Let's talk a little bit about that transition. How you went from, being successful in what you were doing, right, and taking the leap of faith into getting into fashion design.
All right. So I don't think I ever thought that I'm going to get into fashion designing, to be very honest. It was just something that I enjoyed. And I was like, I never thought that this would be my profession. And as far as I can remember, since class 9, where you're slightly at that career counseling age where people ask you what you want to do. And my first response would be like, I want to be a lawyer. And not that I had studied law or had much understanding about it. It was just one of the professions that kind of stuck to me. It really kind of inspired me. So I was like, I want to be a lawyer. And, whatever you speak eventually kind of comes true.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I think I just went on with saying that I want to be a lawyer. And right after my class 12, there was nothing else that I wanted to do. And then I was lucky enough to get into a really good college, and then joining these 2 firms, which I did post my graduation. So maybe once I was in my, while I was working, once I'd completed about 5 years or something like that, is when so many times that I would hear from people around me, right? Like, why don't you do something in fashion? And you have such an insight for it. And I'd always just kind of just say, just laugh it out or be like, yeah, I know I'm good at it, but I don't know whether I'm going to leave law ever. So anyways, again, there's universe that conspires.
Yeah, true that. And I believe in the same thing as well. It's like whatever you're thinking of, whatever you're focusing on, or sometimes just some ideas that you have, they just kind of click together and you build something bigger with it, you know?
Yeah. And so I guess that's when. And the one time when I thought about like maybe, you know what, I should take a sabbatical, just give myself like like a year, just think what I want to do. And, you know, because you'd worked for like 5.5 years, there was always that, I mean, there was no looking back. Like had you, like even if you've taken a break, you could always get back to law. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
So I was like, why don't I try once and see what else am I capable of doing, or whether I'm good enough in something that, you know, I've been dreaming about, in the sense it's been in the back of my head, never like I've been speaking to people or anything, but I was like, let me just take that leap of faith and just take that plunge and decide whether this works or not. And somehow, thank God for it.
Worked out really big. And you know, it is. I mean, you've been featured on Lakme Fashion Week. Your work has been featured in magazines, and you know, a lot of the celebrities wear your designs, and it's just so amazing. I mean, you know, how do you feel about that? You know, like celebrities promoting your work, and I'm sure it must feel, you know, appreciated. You must feel loved about that.
I swear, it feels great. It feels absolutely amazing. It's like one of the dreams that I'm living through, you know. Sometimes you don't really get time to think about like what you've achieved. But I think over the past few months, or maybe a year or something, since I've been doing these sort of like podcasts and interviews and all of that, and when you know, there's somebody else like nudging you to get certain answers out of you, I think about it, and you know how when you're young, you think like it's all you, and this is what, yeah, you know, I swear, like you just like, you know, it's like I'm so smart or like whatever, and that's why it's happening.
I remember my phase like that too. When I was in my late teens and early 20s, I thought that the world kind of revolved around me, but then later on I found out no, it really doesn't work that way.
Yeah, so I think so when I actually like take the time off, and when I actually kind of like sit back and, you know, I'm just by myself, I think it's like there are so many factors that have gotten together to make the person that I am today, you know, like starting from my family to letting me choose whatever I wanted to do, always giving me the courage of, you know, giving me that confidence, that support which you need. You know, that's the basis of everything. When I sit back and I think like, had I not had that, I wouldn't have ever pushed myself or taken these risks, because this is a huge risk. You know, from being,
and you know what, you are truly blessed. I mean, I know you just mentioned that your family gives you a lot of support, and that's just amazing. But you know what, I am sure, because I know I talk to people all the time. I'm into motivational speaking. I know you are as well. There's got to be something in you that you know, every time you want to do something big in your life, you go through challenges, right? And of course, you know, where you are today, it's not built easily. Where you are today just doesn't happen. So what is your process of like overcoming challenges? Like, you know, maybe share one with us. At the same time, share like how do you overcome that? Because that's what, you know, that's where most people get stuck, right? You know, they have a big goal, they have a big dream, they want to do something in their life, but then obviously the challenges come, right? And at every level of your life, right? Then you have to break through that to go to the next level. How do you deal with that?
Okay, so let me just think about it. I think how it works for me is that my dreams are big, they're huge, big, like I dream very, very big. And then when it comes to like taking that decision, I think I've been lucked out when it comes to when the opportunities kind of knock at my door. Mm-hmm. I'm able to kind of understand that and take it on my stride, right? Like I feel like as I'm able to kind of understand that this will work in my favor, and I should kind of go ahead with it. So I think that is one thing which I feel like I'm just lucky in that sense to understand and take that, you know, take that step. Otherwise,
self-awareness, right? like
self-awareness.
you know yourself, and you know where your strengths are, and you just kind of have a, based on that you get a pretty good idea. You know what, I'm going to try this, and this is going to be, I'm going to build my success story around that. And and that's just amazing that a lot of people don't take the time to understand themselves. So they just kind of go by what is being thrown at them, and they're just pretty much reacting to that. And people like you who actually build a lot of success, it's just they know themselves better than anybody else, right? And that's just amazing. That is amazing. I've been on this journey myself as well for a long time.
And at times you just need to so I'm in that sense, like if I've taken responsibility, or if I've given a word, I will make sure that happens, and that happens perfectly. So then there's nothing that can stop me, right? So I think that sort of discipline, again, it's a part of you growing up, right? And I've been surrounded with people like my parents, and now my husband, my sister, whoever around me, everyone's very disciplined and very, very determined towards doing things to the best of their capabilities. And I think that's what, these are the values that have been inculcated in me. So it's not very strange for me to kind of, just go ahead with it and just follow it.
Exactly. You know what it is? Your work actually shows that too. Like this design here, or some of the other, designs that we saw, and any of your work that we saw online, it must take a lot of effort, and it must take a lot of like redos to get it done right, where you get the right type of feel. It has even your clothing too, right? Your designs. Do you feel like, this is just my idea, I may be wrong, I'm just thinking that, do you feel that your clothing should give a certain message about the design itself, and maybe about you as well?
Of course. So as I mentioned earlier, it's very important for me to kind of, whatever each and every design as of till today that I've done, it wasn't something which the Indian audience had seen before, right? Like there have been people who've been doing it, but I think what went a little different in my aspect was that I was like, just give it a shot. This is what I am. I'm like a young girl who likes dressing up. I like to experiment with clothes, and at the same time I'm very confident in my own skin. So like if I wear an outfit, I don't like kind of double guess myself and like think that whether people will like it or whether they won't. I'm just wearing it, and I guess more than how the outfit falls on me, it's more about the confidence to pull that outfit out.
That is awesome. And and your designs are so beautiful. And what I felt when I saw your designs is being bold, right? It's just it just shows that there's certain energy to it. And everybody kind of perceives things differently. I saw a lot of boldness in it, and which was just amazing.
I think like maybe not using the word bold, that's not what I'm looking at. I just want to just be yourself. I want women in general to, if they feel like wearing these designs, they should go ahead and not kind of like think about what people are going to assume of them, while they're wearing it. Like the confidence within will make anything look amazing. But if you are not confident, you will always be a little, how do I put it? Like, you'll be pulling your top up, you're pulling the dress down, you'll just be like a little conscious. And that's what spoils the entire look. So once you wear it, you need to be very confident and just walk with that spunk.
That's true. And you know what? And you're a great model as well. It was very refreshing to see you there on the stage. It's nice. It's very nice.
Thank you.
So when you got on, you're doing motivational speaking. You have your own design, Ambika Lal Designs, and also you have your cosmetic skincare brand as well, and organic skincare brand. So and then when you're doing all of this, like how do you balance it all? Personal life, professional life. You have goals for yourself. And sometimes we find it difficult as well. We get kind of busy, right? How do you keep things in balance?
So again, let me put it this way, that it's not just me. Had I not had the supportive husband that I have, and the family and the people who help me at home, I don't think I would have been able to manage it. So sometimes when I actually now, and it's been happening very often now, when I think and see all the people who are helping me at home, and like, I just feel like, saying thank you to them, because they're keeping the entire household running the way I want it to. Because I'm a very, very family oriented person, and I've always been like, family is my priority, right? But at the same time, I feel like losing that individuality is when the person starts kind of blaming other people, right? Yeah. So it's very important for you to be very self-sufficient, and at the same time know at what time to kind of let go, right? So it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of like there are a lot of mistakes that I've made, because you might just get so messed up at times because you have so many things together that's running through your head.
Juggle, yes.
Yeah, but then you need to prioritize, and you need to kind of like take those 2-3 deep breaths and be like, listen, it's all right. You're not like a superwoman, I mean, I would want to be one, but I am not. But what's important is that at least you've been given a chance to kind of do what you want to do, and at the same time have like a beautiful family who's back.
That is very nice what you shared, and then it's so complete. Like I love how your thought process is that you keep your priorities in mind, but you still go through challenges. But when you go through challenges, you try to bring yourself back to base, right? That this is my family, these are the people that support me, and then you have your priorities in mind, and it's always a challenge. I can totally relate to you. Both of us go through that as well, because we have a young daughter, right? She's 2 years old, and it's just you want to accomplish a lot in life, but at the same time you go through challenges.
And I think like it's good to push yourself. But you should know, like, when to kind of stop. Yeah, right. What your limit is for everything. I think there should be like, a thin line which kind of like tells you that, what, now stop. It has to happen. And it obviously happens out of like the kind of experiences that you have, and then the exposure that you've had. And I am one person who is hugely motivated by people around me, right? When I see people who take up things and they don't get flustered, they keep doing their things, I realize, so I sit back at night, I'll put my mind to it that, okay, this is something that I need to kind of inculcate, and this is something that I need to work on. So it's like work in progress, you know what I mean? Like every day, I'm just working on myself.
And that's so amazing. And you're so humble, and your thought process is just so sorted, and it's beautiful to just talk to you and get to know you better on that. That's very nice.
No, it's amazing to know you, and like with Shalika, and like both of you taking off this time and kind of like doing it over the weekends with all the work that you do. It's amazing. That really shows the passion that you have.
Thank you so much. And it's just that, we enjoy it. We love doing this. And, and the biggest benefit that we have ourselves is that we are connecting with like-minded people like you, right? Who are on a mission to build their own life according to, what you desire out of your life. And that's just amazing. That's just amazing. So on what is your proudest achievement so far? What are you like? And I know there are many. I mean, when it comes to fashion designing, being a successful lawyer, you're a motivational speaker, and that by itself is an achievement. And then, and launching your own brand, and then launching your own clothing designs, your organic skincare. There's so much that you have achieved at such a young age.
AJ, I swear, had you asked me this like a year back, my answer would have been like, there would be like so many moments that I can remember. But right now, I'm in that zone where I feel like when kind of people come to me, and they seek my advice, or they learn even like 1 or 2 points from what I've kind of gone through, or they just kind of relate to me, and I'm able to kind of motivate them to do what they've dreamt of doing for so long. That is the moment that I really, really, I feel amazing. Like that gives me a high. Like when you actually feel that adrenaline rush, it's like that for me. So acknowledgement
That is
and
that is
getting,
beautiful.
yeah. So I think it's that.
Yeah, and you definitely do have a lot to share. And this is something I just want to share with the viewers and the listeners here as well. When you
Yeah.
see people like Ambika who have achieved success and taken on risk to be where they are today, and you just reach out to those people and you actually, ask them questions, or you watch their content online, the things that they share, you actually get motivated. Not only that, you're actually connecting with the energy that that person brings to you. So it's very important for you to be connected with that, and it helps you rise higher in your life. And that's just how it's the easiest way to build your success. Align yourself with people that are on the same mission as you. So which is very nice. And I know you feel proud that somebody asked you a question. That's amazing.
Thank
and
you.
you're very helpful as well in that sense. I mean, because everybody gets like so busy, and for you to be feeling proud, and if somebody comes across and asks you something, and I know you have a lot to share, and then you are busy as well, but at the same time you take out time to do it. That's beautiful.
And you know what? Just to add on, I feel like at the times when there's an opportunity that's given to me, and I can speak and connect to people who I don't really know, but that's one thing that really pushes me. At times, like I want to schedule these meetings, I want to do it because that gives me purpose. That actually gives me purpose. Of what I have kind of learned. I don't want people to make those mistakes. I want people to be like, they shouldn't be so. They shouldn't hesitate when it comes to making decisions or taking a call of something that they really genuinely are good at.
That's right, and that's just what you're saying is just so nice to hear, and it's just a reaffirmation to a lot of people that whatever path you're on, just you may have challenges, just continue to push through and reach out to people who have already done it, and then that's the easiest way to success. That's nice.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, so when you set goals for yourself in your life, right? Everything that you have achieved in your life, of course you've taken risks, right? And then but what you're trying to achieve maybe now, 1 year, 2 years down the road, what is your thought process on that? Because I mean, what you have achieved just doesn't happen by accident, right? So I mean, it's just that you kind of go with the thought. Here's what I want to be. 1 year, this is my passion, and then how do you actually put the steps together to do it? And a lot of it is also figuring out as you go along the way, right? But at the same time, you just have a general idea. What is your process of that?
Okay, so I genuinely am being very honest with you. I do not have a process. I just want to keep going. So I don't think I ever take a break, and when I do, I feel miserable. Like honestly, when I'm like just taking a break, and I'm like, oh, you know what? It's been so much. Like I've had I've been working 18 to 20 hours a day, every day, and let me just take a break. You know what? I need 5-6 days off, and let me kind of plan it out, and let me do my research of what next. Somehow with me, it doesn't work out. Because I start missing what I'm doing, and somehow on the way of when I'm working, things keep kind of coming along. And with the age of the social media, I feel there are so many opportunities that are knocking your way every now and then, right? So exactly. So I think you need to be very open to ideas, and at the same time not stop. Because for me, it doesn't work. I'm sure there are a lot of people who might take that break and be so rejuvenated and come back with a bang. With me, on the other hand, it doesn't work, right? So it works in a negative situation, like it's a negative situation there. Like I need to be continuously working because I can't sit idle. The only time I can sit idle is like probably before I'm going off to sleep, because that time I'm like trying to just like inhale, and I'm like, okay, so I made a lot of mistakes. I could have done this better. I could have done that better. Or maybe, I was great at this. So you put like, you kind of tap on your back and you're like, great, like you did well. So you're your own cheerleader, but at the same time, I'm like my biggest critic. So so I mean, there's a dichotomy there, but like, that's how I am.
That's interesting what you just shared, and you know what it is, and it's just that some of the creative people are like that. You're obviously creative because you create designs and you created a brand and you created a following, right? And some of the creative people are like that. They can't get structured, and that is kind of like their power, right? Because their mind just needs to be free. And then they have a general direction where they're going. And then I guess that's what I'm picking up. They have a general direction where you're going. And then you just need that creative space to do whatever you need to do in that direction. And then success starts to build upon itself. Until like with your designs and your work, that's what we see.
No, I love the way you put this. I mean, I hope it's this way, and I hope it doesn't change. But, again, you're evolving every day. So I don't know what I will be like maybe 6 months down, right? And I might be speaking to you and I might tell you that, oh, you know what? I need this break. And at times I need it. But as of now, I think there is no time for it. Like at this point in time, all that I think of is like, if I do take that break, by the end of it, I just feel like horrible. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Why am I not doing this? And then like so many questions. I'm like,
yeah, and you know what it is? That happens to and I'm sure you know about this. It's like you're so driven, right? You can't just not like think of what's next, right? And what's next not necessarily is that this is like what I'm trying to achieve, but you always need to be working on something, like creating something, or maybe thinking about design or a business, or the different things come to your mind, and you got and that's how I understand, but I understand I get it.
yeah.
So what is next for you? I mean, as far like at this point, like how do you see yourself a year down the road, 2 years down the road? Like what are you currently working on?
So what I'm working on is like, I was actually working on my new collection. As we speak, I've been working on my new collection. So I have all the ideas, everything. And I should have probably I think in the past one of the interviews, I actually said that my collection is going to come out very soon. And now we are on a hold because I have quite a few orders that we're just still working on. And there's still people who wanting from this collection, which is great. Not complaining here at all. So, but the thing is, so I don't put myself in any sort of timeline or any sort of a box. I don't put myself there. So whenever whenever it's the right time, it will happen. So because I'm already working on it and like I've been doing it, I think it will be like within 2.5 months. But how I like kind of planned, what you were asking me, like when I planned, those plans never turn out for me. So I had planned that the collection should be out March end, and I don't think we've even started with the collection except for like all the kind of the designing and all the fabrics and everything like that. All that is like in tune because that was my work, but we're still doing the orders. So I think it's best not to plan and just kind of go with the flow, because putting me in a box is like a bad idea.
Yeah. Again,
it never works.
Being creative, a lot of creative people are just like you. I mean, I totally understand. It's just that, it's not a set parameters. It's just like, this is the idea that comes and you just kind of build upon that and go further with that. That's
and at times, you just curtail yourself and you're like, no, you know what, I'm just going to work in it. That time, nothing helps but to just like kind of just keep going, because I always believe that even when it comes to designing, you know, at times when I sit back and think about it, I feel the timing needs to match the person you are, right? Like the circumstances, the timing, the situation that you are in, everything in combination is what kind of gives you that, you know,
that energy,
that energy that gives you that kind of like, you know, that spark to go ahead and create something crazy.
That is beautiful. You know, and as I say, you know, me and my wife, when people are creative, whether they are in business, whether they are in fashion or anything, you know, it just, you know, they have a different type of energy, and you know, we like to have conversations with people like that. It's just so amazing because it's just different. It's just, you know, get to know people like that. So that's very nice. So okay, what I know. So I wanted to ask you, I just had this one thing in my mind, is that, you know, a lot of people get stuck where, you know, like, you know, let's say you have an idea, you know, you've been following a certain profession for, let's say, some years, right? And you're doing good at it, right? And all of a sudden you have this idea that you want to follow something different, kind of like the same thing that you did. It's very successful, capital markets lawyer, doing well, working for bigger firms, right? You're doing fine, and then you made this transition to follow your idea. And it's just, I know you talked a little bit about that. Like, what would your advice be to somebody else that, you know, if they're thinking about that, how do they pursue that? Like the biggest thing, you know, what I see in people is that they get stuck. They don't want to take a risk, right? How do they overcome that and say, you know what, I want to take a leap of faith? I mean, to me, the way I feel is that it's just happiness, right? You follow your passion and then you get happy, right? Like, you know, you've been through that journey, right? Can you like, if you were going to give advice to somebody, what would that look like? Like, how can one overcome themselves that fear of, you know, of not taking risks?
Okay, so there are two parts of this, because one is the advice that I would give to people, right, who are watching it. At the same time, something very different happened with me, because it wasn't something, again, that I kind of thought of, right? It was just like the timing, as I said.
Okay.
And it was like, okay, I wanted to take a sabbatical. Not for a second did I think like, okay, am I getting into fashion or something? It was just like, I wanted to give myself some time off. And I guess it's important, you know, because, you know, I'd been working, and I'd like, through my 5 years of law, I had done about 13 internships, which is unimaginable, because every vacation I'd be interning. So I think in 2015 end or something is when I decided that I wanted to take a break, and I just wanted to kind of not like take a break and do something else also exactly. I was just like, I just need some time off. You know, what you just asked me.
Yes.
So I think it happens after that, you know, that extended amount of work that you put in, and with corporate law, it's hard life. It's quite hard, right? But at the same time, that's something you love. So you're not complaining, but you continuously go on day after day. And again, even for that, why this works over here is because I never had Saturday, Sundays then also. So, you know, kind of it worked on for designing. So when I kind of said, let me give myself a break, I would just sit in and I would just keep scrolling down Instagram. And that time it was quite new, right? And because I had heard so many people talk about fashion and stuff to me, that you're good at it, I was like, if I have to give it a shot to something else, it has to be fashion, right? So that's how my decision was made. However, coming back to giving advice to somebody and kind of making my own, silly mistakes that I made, I feel you need to be in a very secure zone while you're taking that leap of faith, right? For me, it was that. Like, at the back of my head, I knew I could always step back and get back to law. You know?
And it's
so
very practical. It's very practical.
I know it's practical, yes, it's practical, and because you've built yourself a certain way, right? Like through your ambition or through your standing, and this is how human beings are. It's like very important for you to have a standing and be very secure in the person that you are, right?
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing is to have that security, to have that backing, right? That because I feel you cannot suddenly just think about something without doing any research and just take that plunge, because it doesn't work like that, and I think it'll be stupidity for anyone to take that decision. I mean, all fun and games, and if it works, it's great, but at the same time, it's very important for the person for the person who's doing that or taking that step, to know that, listen up, I've done this and I've done that fairly well, right? But now I have some other dreams, and maybe I'm in that situation to go ahead with those dreams. That
is so practical, and and it's just that you take, I guess, to summarize it, what you're saying is that you take risk, but at the same time you understand how much of a security you have to be able to support chasing that dream that you have.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, at times people kind of misconstrue saying security in the sense of finances. I'm not saying that. At certain times, there's a lot of things that come along the way, right? Like, it could be your family, it could be your health, it could be so many other factors that play in. So one has to kind of see the overall view and then maybe take baby steps, because I think people can always take off time. Like when we both are speaking and we're like doing 7 days a week, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to do it, you can start off with like maybe doing 2 to 3 hours every day, trying it out, seeing how it's working out for you, so taking that chance. Yeah.
Exactly. Very practical, and and I like that part of it, because people can actually follow that. Like if you got a day job in the evening or over the weekends, right? You stick with your idea and you keep on testing it out, you keep on working through it, and eventually like maybe 2-3 years go by, some time goes by, and then you have a chance to do it and you're prepared because you've been working on it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because, maybe like I never thought of it again. Like when you're taking that decision, you don't think about these things, but then you need to understand that you need to be so passionate. Sometimes I watch something and I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. Why don't I do this? Why don't I try it? But at the same time, you need to understand that it's not one of those things that you can just see and then follow. It has to be like a lot of things together, that you actually are so passionate about it that you are ready to leave something for it.
I'm loving this conversation with you. And I know that listeners and the viewers are going to find so much value out of this, because you are a very good success story. At the same time, your thought process is what makes you who you are. And if you listen to this, if anybody that listens to the podcast, they're going to find that about you, and then they can implement that into their life and make a really good use out of that. That's nice.
Thank you. That's what I kind of aim for, and makes me very happy.
That's awesome. So, a lot of people follow you on Instagram, your work on YouTube, your website. What will be your message to your followers?
My message to them, as always, is like, do follow your dreams, but like, know what you're doing. Like, just because you're following me, or like when how you know that you're passionate about something is when it does not let you sleep.
I'm glad you brought that up.
It just does not. Like I'm so restless. Like if you ask me, whenever something important, in my opinion, has to happen, I would always be very calm. I'm a very calm person in general, I don't get very anxious. in general a calm person, and I would just take it up. But when it comes to something which I'm so passionate about, right? I have sleepless nights to get like every day, all day. Like I'll just be like tossing and turning, and I'll just be like, what next? Am I good enough? Like there are so many questions that keep going because this is your dream. So I think once it's your dream, you question yourself so many times, as compared to something that you're good at professionally. They're two different things.
Exactly.
They're two different things, because you are trying to prove to not just people but to yourself that am I capable enough? Am I good enough? So it like everything starts seeming at times like I'm giving too much information, but at times it happens that you're like, yeah, but it's not that great. You might have like done something good, and after 2 days I'll still tell myself that you could do better, so it keeps going. It's like a circle that way. So you have to find that sort of spark.
That is true. And and most importantly, like you said, follow your passion, follow your dreams, but at the same time try to think of it in practicality of how you can pull it off so that you can actually make it happen. And that's what
Exactly.
And also and then like the message of the podcast here, be fearless, because when the challenges come, you got to push through. And
Absolutely.
It's good. So my wife wanted to ask you something as well. So
Sure.
Hey Ambika. So
Hey Shalika. Yeah.
So just give everybody, like all your followers and me too, any fashion tips. Summers are coming. What's your, you're a makeup artist, you're a fashion designer. So what's your to-go tips?
I think my first to-go tip to anyone, and even myself at times, is to just exactly know your body and know what suits you, right? And we are so we're quite self-aware. Like we always know it. We might kind of see someone and feel like getting carried forward and be like, oh, let me just try that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, at the back of your head, you'll get that little thing that, listen, it might not work, right? So we should hear that. Yeah. I think it's important. That is the first thing, because we all, after like crossing, even once probably anytime above 18 years, you can experiment before that. And not saying that you can't experiment now, but once you're experimenting, then don't blame yourself later and be like, oh, I made a boo-boo.
Right.
Yeah. So then be confident and just be sure of it, and let people say whatever, you be sure of it. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 would be I think understanding color palette.
Right.
That's very important, right? For every individual, like understanding color palettes, understanding the cuts, right? And through YouTube or through people just maybe how somebody is watching this podcast, through interviews, through podcasts, hear it out. Don't just hear it out, absorb and put it in the back of your head that, okay, fine, I'll keep that in mind the next time I'm going to, kind of decide doing something else. So that's very important. I think now with this generation, and I include myself in it, there is so much of this variety of say data available, right? But how much are you keeping in your head is very important. So
that's so true, actually.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, we want to share with the viewers and the listeners, if they want to reach out to you for your designs, buy your clothing, organic skincare, what is the best way to reach out?
Okay, so I'm damn good with my customers. So I think you can actually at any point DM me on my Instagram. Me or my team will always get back to you. And I don't think there's ever that we've kind of skipped on anyone. Also, there's my email ID, which is available, and you can always contact us over there. and we're always there to help, like readily available.
Yeah. And your latest collection that's going to come out, and all of those will be featured on Instagram as well. That's where we follow you. That's where we.
Of course.
Got it. So we are very thankful to you, Ambika, for joining us on the podcast today. It was an amazing conversation, and we got to learn a lot about you and also your inspiring journey, your story. Anything you would like to add at this point, or?
No, I think Shalika and you have covered everything, and I'm so glad to be a part of this. Like, the pleasure has been mine, and it's amazing to kind of connect with people with similar mind space.
Good.
Thank you, Ambika. It was a great conversation. I mean, I was actually listening to it, and there's so much to take home. Like, so much information. Just loved it.
You left us inspired.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You people have been great. Thank you.